Alright, hell of a dream. So, little quick recap. Domino Squad secures Bancroft Talbot, Hell's pastor, bringing him into custody. They're given a 36-hour pass during which all the agents do their own separate thing. But in the afternoon, following their off-duty day, uh, Tiger would receive a phone call. On the other side of the world, Hinatori had been training the last 24 hours, our time, but it would have been nearly a month's time from her perspective, as the imperial domain she was training within extends time to an hour, equaling a day. Prior to her entering this domain, she had a strange dream, one shared by all Domino Squad members, as they would have heard Hell's call. All Domino Squad members see the ritual performed. An altar set upon the middle of a circle of 9 torches, with the circle made from the non-living sacrificial components that the ritual demands. Men and women are cloaked in animal pelts, with tattoos and painted faces. They look on with hollowed eyes as women wearing ceremonial shamanistic attire steps into the circle with a goat on a leash. The woman sets the goat gently on the altar while singing a Nordic hymn, and then when the creature is soothed and at peace, she slits its throat. This repeats until all living sacrifices have been killed upon the altar. Their blood pools down into several wooden bowls that catch the blood trickling down. Men without shackles or fear willingly lay themselves upon the altar and give a silent prayer to the All-Father and the Fates. When all are dead, their bodies are hung upside down from a great tree overlooking this ritual. And incense and aromatic herbs are burned below them to ward off any malicious spirits from claiming their souls before the Valkyries can. The many bowls of blood are used to paint symbols upon the spectators, who all sing along as they receive the blessings from the shaman, who is hailed as the Angel of Death. In the end, all of the remaining blood is poured over a seer who sits below the tree, and then over the Angel of Death who carried out the ritual. The vision ends, and all returns to normal. Taking us to our current place in time, where Hinatori decides to do what? Call? FaceTime? Hollow call? Hollow
Uh,
project a tiger?
she
What is your
she
choice here?
could like what's the word? I guess it is FaceTime. She would. Wait, what's hollow? Is it like you just showing a holographic representation of what's going on around you, or what's
Yeah, it would
remind
scan
me
you
of?
in whatever position you're at, if you're sitting on a chair, if you're standing or walking, and then holographically project you in the space of the receiver.
Uh, she would just yeah, she would FaceTime basically the modern equivalent of FaceTime.
Um, Tiger, you receive a call from Agent Hinatori.
She also doesn't have her HUD right now on her.
Tiger answers.
Uh,
Hello?
Yeah, leave me something. I'll be
yeah,
back.
Hinatori like turns on her camera and waves. She says, "Tiger."
Oh yeah, with that, and he'll do the same. Hey, how you doing? You feeling better?
She looks around and then nods her head and says, "Yeah, um, I've been very busy. In
Come here.
2 days." She squints as she tries to remember how long she's been here technically.
Tiger squints back at her, quirks an eyebrow at her.
Yes.
It's been 2 days. Are you good?
Uh, yeah. A lot has happened in 2 days. You would notice. I'm sure you would especially notice this. Hinator probably doesn't. Her hair is a tiny bit longer, and She looks in happier spirits. She like last time you saw her, she looked like she was getting a little thinner, like she was verging on getting sick. She looks healthy now, and which is a very drastic change for your from your perspective. Only 2 days.
You look better.
Yeah. Do you remember? What would you understand? It? Do you remember us going through the Imperial Domain?
In your family's garden, right?
In the Issei Shrine with the big tree?
Yeah, yes.
Yes. I went there again. And
That's why your hair is longer. Okay.
yes, time advanced. About a month. I spent a long time in there as much as I could.
Well, you look better for it, so I hope it went well.
Yeah. How have things been over there?
Busy. Doesn't really stop, you know? Glad you
I
got the
mean,
break you needed.
are you guys like okay? I'm gonna be transparent with you. I got this weird ass stream. Is everything actually okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's for the ritual everyone wants to do.
Is it? What does this have to do? Like I'm a little confused. What are we planning to do with this ritual?
I mean, do you remember the dream?
Yeah,
That.
I see. She crosses her arms. Are you planning to like do this now? Like what is the idea?
Well, if you got the dream, I'm assuming educated guess that hell wants you a part of it as well, so we'll probably wait till you get back, but we're currently making preparations for it. Hello?
I disconnected. Sorry. Say that again.
Oh. Um, we're currently making preparations for it, but if you got the dream, I'm assuming hell wants you part of it as well, so probably wait till you get back.
Oh, I would be opposed to you guys doing something like that without me at least present, or my father. That could get
Tiger
dangerous.
cringes at the father bit.
Well, I would be frightened of us being possessed by some spirit. Uh,
Hell's
yeah,
nice though.
it's not hell I'm afraid of. It's whatever might come with hell. There's many
What
unpredictable
do you
things I
mean?
don't understand about. Well, from my understanding, uh, there's a lot of mysteries surrounding the Norse gods, and I don't necessarily know hell's morality, let alone if hell is even the person we're actually speaking to. So I
We don't
must.
trust Remnant? Or Hell's
No, I don't.
presence? Or that dream?
I trust Remnant. It's that maybe that isn't hell that we're speaking to. Like there's a lot of mysteries that we don't have any certainty over. Certainty
Who
over.
else would it be?
I don't know. That's the like. There's very few certainties around this. I haven't personally spoken to hell, air quotes hell. So like I don't know.
Oh, you should have Remnant banish you then. He smiles.
She thinks for a moment.
She gave me ice cream. It was really nice.
I would actually like to talk with her at some point. I think it would be helpful.
Okay. Well, we're gonna be waiting for you anyways, so I'm sure you could also call Remnant. But are
Yeah.
you like concerned over anything else besides the idea of it not being hell for some reason?
I mean, that was just something that was sitting in the top of my head that I want to share. But
That you
I
don't
guess
think it's hell?
I'm just a little bit worried about you guys doing this sort of stuff without me present, because suppose something
Well-
like this that is the case, then I don't know what protections you'd have to keep Remnant safe in those situations. Suppose you get possessed or something like that.
I can't get possessed.
Suppose Bulldog gets possessed or something.
Then I would deal with Bulldog.
This is ultimately not our problem. What I'm
I
trying
mean,
to
yeah, because you're gonna be there, so.
yeah, I'm going to be there. How have you been though? Like, I haven't heard much about what's going on. How did the mission go?
Sam, are you present by chance?
Indeed, I am.
Are we assuming that this is a like safe
Secure.
call,
Secure call.
secure line?
You could ask Raven to make it a safe line.
This is fair. Tiger will say in response, are you wanting to wait until you get here for a debrief, or would you rather make this call secure?
Well, I mean, you could just tell me if it went well. You don't have to give me all of the finer details that may require a debrief.
With that,
Yeah,
you get a
well.
little Raven notification. It shows a little Raven flying over your monitor. Bleak, 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 bleak. And then it says, secure connection established.
The animation is stupid.
How much time do you think he spent on that GIF?
I don't know. Nor do I care to think about it more.
The bird stops
Yeah,
in
well.
its flight path, looks at you, and shakes its head disappointed.
Tiger
It
sticks
is
his
an
tongue
AI.
out of it.
So how did the mission go?
It went well. We got the. Do you know what the mission was? What we've been doing the last couple days?
Sam,
What,
do I know
what do you
they've
last
been doing?
remember?
What do I know, Sam?
You were
Oh, you're
not there for
blinking.
the
When did you
briefing.
leave to-
So, yeah, you left during the club, so you were not there for the briefing. I would say you knew that they were gonna go after Hell's Pastor, but you did not get any of the details relating to the mission.
All I know is you guys had to deal with Hell's Pastor, and we're looking maybe at dealing with what's his name? You're doing something with Joker. So that's about all I know.
Well, meeting with Hell's Pastor is not entirely correct, but more or less, we had to go kill this one guy. One syndicate guy for Joker. Brought him there. Got intel from Joker from about Hell's Pastor, and found out that he was currently trying to kill Mistwalker. So we had to find Mistwalker because he wasn't where he was supposed to be, and we found him with despair, and we were able to stop the Hell's Pastor from trying to kill him, knocked him out, and brought him back to the embassy. So,
Oh, so a success. Did anybody die?
No.
It's good. Is Mistwalker okay? And Remnant?
I think Mistwalker might have had a couple of bruises. Same with Remnant. Remnant actually went down during the fight. We don't know what's going on, or I don't know what's going on with all of that, but she was pretty distressed about it, so she's better now that we got them, him secured, and Mistwalker's good, so everything's okay now?
Tori looks concerned. Do you think they'll be all right then.
He's in custody. I think we're gonna figure out what's going on with that. Mistwalker's safe, so he's good. I think the focus right now is just to get the ritual done. So, when do you come back?
She looks at her phone timer and she says, as soon as I can. I'm gonna fly back pretty soon.
Okay.
I have to wait
Sounds
for
good.
the ship to be ready and to be able to land, given permission to land. I might have to go home for a little bit and talk to my mother as well.
Right.
Uh,
So, like later today, then?
Probably, yeah. Are you here,
I'll
Sam?
let Templar know.
Sam, when he's not here.
What's up?
Sam when he unmuted.
I said, are you here right now? Do you have like a second to talk? Or are you
Sure.
busy? She's gonna she's gonna like she looks around as if she's like at least a little awkward for her to talk about this, and she says, so first of all, I learned some concerning things, and there's
About
going to be
what?
some major changes going forward. Do you know how vessel abilities work?
Vaguely.
So, vessel abilities typically awaken when you're 18.
Before you're 18.
Before you're 18, rather. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And that is... It is odd that I developed vessel abilities later. In fact, it's something that's more or less unprecedented. Or extremely unusual, at least.
Okay.
And
Hello. Oh no, she cut
Hello.
out again.
hello. My connection is just like acting wonky for some reason. It's probably gonna keep doing that randomly. So what was I saying? Yeah. So Joji, and I suppose I know this isn't the case now.
Who?
Oh, sorry. You know Kitsune? Master Kitsune.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember.
Yes, my aunt. She told me more or less my powers derive from being possessed by a spirit rather than being something I naturally develop.
Oh, so is that where like the possession paranoia came from?
Say that again? What do you mean?
Is that where your possession of other spirits paranoia came in from?
To a
Or
degree,
guidance
yeah.
ritual?
Yes. And there's some concerning factors I've learned about this.
Okay. Like what?
If me and the spirit can't come to agreement, and I can't, and I'm unable to, what's the word? Arrive at some sort of, amenable, like, position of like us both like existing at the same space. There's a very high possibility I will just explode.
Wait, what do you mean, like negotiations? Like you need to make an agreement of some kind? Like what you did with Estella?
Yeah, except... Yeah. I need to have a conversation with them if possible. but also they are, at least from our guesstimate, like I haven't talked to them. We theorize that one of the reasons they're upset, or even awakened at all, is because of the initial trinket that I acquired when my vessel abilities awoke. So it could be the case that we have to track. We have to track it down and get rid of it to appease her, but obviously we'll have to talk to her to know for sure.
And you can't just talk to her.
I don't know how. I could. I just don't know how. I was kind of hoping Faith could help me.
Yeah, that'd be a good question to ask Faith. I mean, I feel like any of the vessels on our team could probably help in that matter. Seems like everyone's able to just talk with the spirit, God, that they're connected to.
It would be very helpful if we could deal with this as soon as possible. I'm not certain what our mission strategies are, but I'm from what I understand, and this may be melodramatic, but I suspect it's not. Until this is resolved, I am sort of like a walking nuke, and that concerns me a very small amount.
A small amount? I feel like that should be a bigger amount than small.
I was kind of minimizing it. I'm very concerned about it, and I don't want to push aside whatever we have to get done to get it done.
From you becoming a nuke.
Yeah. Essentially,
Why is this a timeline now? Was this not the case before? What is indicative of what would trigger it?
The problem with it now, initially I had the Omikami's aid to help in controlling my air quotes vessel abilities. But without the Omikami's support, it's very likely eventually the spirit that rests within my body will eventually overtake me. I'm only a feeble human.
Humans are feeble, but okay.
And it responds very heavily to my emotions, and you know how that's been so far.
But are you better now?
Yeah. She's
so
gonna
why is this a risk?
Why is this a risk?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know the parameters for the creature exploding. I know it's looking to get rid of a very specific elemental, but until I get this addressed, it's basically like I have an explosive in my body, and that concerns me. Because I could literally explode at any moment and kill half of the country that I'm currently residing in. Or
for your emotions getting too high, or for not making a deal, or for
I have no idea. Because I haven't talked to them.
And
it could be.
No one else knows in your family knows of this spirit?
Well, Holo is a mystical beast, typically related to rebirth and like death and rebirth.
Okay.
So it's
that's
likely
the thing in you.
That is what we think. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a spirit related to death and rebirth, right? So the odds are something is upsetting the balance, likely the weapon I was wielding before, and until balance is restored, until the issue is dealt with.
The weapon you were using before, what weapon? Why is that unbalanced?
She's gonna like bring up she's gonna send him like an image.
Okay.
he gets like a PNG of like a sword on like a old-fashioned like display case. Looks like vaguely Japanese, and there's like a it looks like it was taken a little while ago.
Japanese. Okay.
Well, it's like a decoratively Japanese themed.
Okay.
And on the sword, it's like a broken like sword. It's a very crude sword. It looks nothing like a katana or something like that. And she says, "This is, I believe we called it the Shard of Surtur. During my initial time in Bermuda, I'm sure you remember me performing some rudimentary blood magic, where I would like slice myself and
Yeah.
increase the heat of yes. That was from that blade.
Okay. So where is that blade now? What
Faith
about
took
that
it.
blade? Is it need to be destroyed?
Probably yes. Faith took it. I think Sam. Remind me of the case. Do I know that Utero had like another part?
No, you know that Faith
No.
had the hilt of Surtur's blade, and as far as you know, Yutaro just had some sort of trophy.
Okay. As far as I'm aware, I need to destroy that, and there are other aspects of Surtur.
Why? Because it's unbalanced?
I don't know 100%. I just know that the spirit doesn't like it.
So you're just gonna like give in to any whim that the spirit has?
She like leans back in her chair. She's like,
you just talk to Tiger about this shit.
What do you want me to do? I'm going to literally explode if I don't do it.
Is that the terms of? But I thought you said you didn't talk to the thing yet.
I didn't. I just
So
know
how do
if
you
I
know
don't.
that's what it wants?
My suspicion between
How
what I've.
that is not scientifically a good way to go about anything.
Well, I already told you I'm not certain. I have to go talk with it.
When the two
Okay.
scientists start debating theory.
This is just the theory we currently have put together, given our knowledge of the past and where we are right now. Like what happened in between these two moments that was different from all the other moments when I've been alive. And this is the conclusion we reached. But I'm willing.
The sword
willing to
is
think
the
about it.
problem.
Or whatever was housed in the sword. Yes.
So a spirit or demon is the problem.
A spirit, a yokai, but yes.
And it wasn't having to do with you. Amaratsu, right? That's the name. With you upsetting that situation. I don't know. I vaguely remember where you were having a breakdown about that. Losing that favor, right?
That was part of the reason I'm no longer able to control it in any way.
And why it can just explode whenever it wants?
Essentially.
Are we sure it can explode whenever it wants?
I don't know, I have to talk with it, but that's given what we know
Why
now.
can't you talk with it?
How can you just like contact spirits? Is this just something you could do?
You were just in a spirit world. What are you talking about?
She pinches her nose. I don't know how to do that, Tiger.
Me when magic.
Me when you asked the Bion about magic.
I had some guesstimation that I could contact Tatsuyome.
I'm adding Faith to the call. Tiger calls Faith.
Hey Tiger, Inatori.
Hi, do you know about Ho?
Hole? Hole?
Oh,
Yeah.
Ho! Oh!
Yes.
Yes, what about her?
Apparently, she's in Hinatori and can explode at any second, and Hinatori doesn't know how to contact her.
She's gotta be so confused.
Why am I not surprised?
I figured adding you to the call was going to be the most efficient way of solving this.
Have you... Oh my. Have you spoken with Ho-Oh at all?
Apparently, she doesn't know how.
I'm not surprised. Why do you have Ho-Oh inside of you? Is this a thing you could have prevented?
Not as far as I know.
I see.
This time I
Apparently,
didn't fail,
she's
just so we're clear.
assuming that the means of satisfying, I'm assuming, the spirit in her from not exploding is to take the sword, and he sends the PNG to her, the sword, and destroying it. That is the current assumption that Hinatori is basing this off.
Oh, he's been infuriated.
That or whatever was housed in that.
Yeah, I see. That makes a lot of sense. It is an archfiend of the elemental plane.
I
Unfortunately,
don't know what that means.
cannot simply destroy this artifact. It is not really made of earth materials, and I'm not sure I know of any. I mean, there are means, it's just I don't have access to them here. I don't know of anyone powerful enough to just destroy such an artifact.
Do you know how to contact Ho-Oh?
I could try communing with the elemental plane, but there's no guarantee it'll be very, she'll be very welcoming. You remember the last time we entered the elemental planes, looking at Hinatori in the FaceTime? It was not very welcoming of an environment for normal people.
So how will we get her not to explode and kill half of the country?
Is that a thing we need to worry about? Really? Is that what?
Apparently.
Oh, of course.
This seems rather life or death, if I'm to be honest with you.
When isn't it with you?
Damn it.
She crosses her arms, ponders.
Also, need it being said, Tiger, since the get-go of this conversation, has been streaming it to Templar.
Mm-hmm. When you arrive here, we can try a communion. There's no guarantee Ho will answer. But if she does, I suppose we can ask her directly what would satisfy her. At least try to work out some way of bringing her to heal. If what is triggering her is the Archfiend's possessions, then we need to seal them away, if not destroy them.
Do you know how to do that?
I know of where I can go to do it. I would just be gone for some time. That, or perhaps Halo or the Barrier Knights know of somewhere closer. Some other means. I'd have to go with...
include them on?
This seems like something up their alley. Something at least they would be a lot more updated on the modern times for where to go to do such sealings. Or at least how to perform such sealings. When you arrive, Hinatori, you and me can go speak with Halo. I suppose if given an opportunity to speak the barrier, would not be a bad idea.
He's gonna help me with my haunting, so...
Oh. There you go. That is a good place to
Include it there.
talk to the man. Yeah. Kill two birds with one stone.
We're up to 3 now. 3 birds with 1 stone.
I have been
Right? That's how
training.
that phrase works?
Yeah, that is the correct way of using the phrase.
The more birds you can take out with a sink in the stone is more impressive.
Yes.
Cool.
I have been training a lot with Kitsune. I'm hopeful a lot of the things I learned will be beneficial for us returning.
I hope so.
That's
as
good
well.
news.
There's another big issue I wanted to talk about,
Okay.
and I'm bringing it up
Does
to
it
you
include
because
faith or
Faith can stay. I'm not like it's the. Are you interested in listening, Faith?
To what?
I don't know, whatever this next big
Uh,
concern is.
Just the
I just don't know if it's
conversation in
spirit
general.
related.
I don't know how interested you are in the affairs of Japan.
A bit involved. Go ahead.
Sure. So, I'm going to spend a couple hours here revitalizing some of the land around around our estate so that we can start growing things again.
Are you
So I'll
not
be
worried you're gonna
here
explode?
mildly, yes, but I'm hopeful I haven't exploded yet. That I won't explode in the next 8 hours.
Okay. I guess if you think it's tied to your emotion, just keep your emotions calm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's generally been my thought as well.
Okay. So this next concern is over you being in there for a couple more hours?
No. So I kind of need your and Templar's permission on something.
For what?
Hold on. I had a plan to compose myself before I said it.
Like you're blinking completely like I'm not even gonna try to predict what's coming out of your mouth next. He's simply gonna take it at whatever value it's gonna be at.
I want to take my fiance back with me.
Or what?
She's gonna
What is
turn
that?
the camera. You're gonna turn the camera very slightly, so Akihiko is just in the background, and she's gonna say, "It's been a very busy 2 months, or no, 2 weeks and a month."
Waves.
Or 2 days and a month.
What
You've
is
been
a fiance?
engaged.
What does that mean?
I'm not gonna regale you. I don't want to air this publicly. I'm embarrassed talking about why. Well,
Huh?
okay. So engaged is basically it's a promise that you'll get married. You know what that means, right, Tiger?
Getting married?
Yeah.
I think Templar's mentioned it once.
She
It is
crosses her
a
arm.
Commitment, right?
it is a long form commitment to your partner.
Right.
Sometimes involves
Okay.
legal documentation, and at other times it's just a agreement. In most cases, it is celebrated. Some big ceremony, called a wedding.
So why are you embarrassed by this? Is this guy embarrassing?
Normally, no,
Hello,
he's not.
fiance.
Hello.
This is Tiger. Told you a little bit about him.
Ah, he bows. Commander Tiger. Good to meet you.
I rolled a little head nod and like trying to bow, but he's actively, I need y'all to understand this, laying on his couch. This entire conversation,
like-
he has not gotten up.
Is he like on his stomach? With like legs kicking over his back or what?
No, he's
He's
on
on
his
the back.
back. Just
Oh, okay.
leaning.
Faith would also bow back in the same respects.
There are a few reasons why us getting engaged was a wise decision.
Okay.
And I feel like I should
I
just
mean,
be
you were
transparent
talking
with
about
you.
marriage, right?
I was. I was a youth row head. There are concerns around home that our clan is going to grow very weak, as you remember with the vampires that pretty severely weakened our hold in Japan.
Okay.
And myself and Yoraka are going to have to find some sort of meaningful aid to help us rebuild the clan, right?
Through marriage.
Marriage is one of the easier ways to go about doing that. Or I should say one of the more straightforward ways. I don't know about easy.
Okay. So why are we embarrassed?
I don't know, it's a bit awkward asking your leadership if you can bring your fiance of 2 days back back to Bermuda.
If I may. Becky goes on.
She moves the camera a little so he's like in full view.
Yeah.
I would only need to be assigned to Hinatori. That is your agent name.
Yeah, that's right. Good job.
As an asset escort. My assignments would all be under Lord Yutaro. Dodo.
Okay, so you'd be coming in within the Japanese embassy.
Correct. I would not occupy Bermuda affairs with personal ones. Though I would like to accompany my fiancée on occasion.
He looks between the two. I think that's more so having to figure out between you and the paperwork of Bermuda and the Japanese embassy. Once you
Be
get
your
that
last.
approved, if you have that approved. He looks between the two, like, I think that's just something you need to talk with Bermuda and the Japanese embassy on figuring out, like, the logistics and paperwork for.
It has already been arranged. Just need, suppose, a leadership of Bermuda's approval. Are you not in the chain of command?
I'm the second of Templar, our leader.
Would you prefer this be taken up with her?
You'd be looking out for Hinatori.
And you're staying in the same room as her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is she there?
What the fuck would Templar
I'm
be
just-
doing at this time of day?
It's
No idea
it's
what else she could
I mean,
this time of day.
it's supper time, right? She's probably eating.
if she's actively not in the room, regardless, he's streaming all of this to her.
She would just join the FaceTime little group call. As long as you are categorized as a Bermuda asset, I see no issue with having you escort Hinatori on occasion. But those are per my approval. If you are not requested or needed, you will not come along. Akihiko bows his head. Of course. I would not wish to become a burden upon your team's cohesion. Though I would like to recommend that my skill set is most useful when it comes to matters of the extraplanar.
Hinatori is gonna
Raises-
like. Sorry.
Are you wanting to become a Bermuda agent so you can be on the team officially?
Thinks about that. Like, that wasn't something he considered until just now. I did not know such an opportunity was available.
Looks
There's
at Templar in the FaceTime like, seems like a
There's a-
logical standpoint.
There is a vetting process that must be passed through. I suppose first we will need to gauge if you are agent material, and Luma can go ahead and vet you more properly. Understood. I await an opportunity to prove myself.
Commander. Ma'am.
Yes.
She slides back a tiny bit. Actually, she's sitting next to him, so they're like side by side. I have been training with Akihiko for basically an entire month. Now, which is almost equal to my mission time. I think in a lot of missions it's going to be very advantageous to bring Akihiko along. Simultaneously because he's
Sure, in the
his
missions
duty.
where he is most appropriately utilized, he will be very useful.
Yes. Yes, all I'm trying to say is damn it.
Tiger really said, let me get my manager for y'all real quick. I'm supposed to ship leave.
My boss.
Y'all talking about getting yourself included on this shit, trying to slide in and all that. That's not what I do. I go out and kill things and ensure my team doesn't die.
It felt right that I should be asking Tiger about it. Though Tiger is the second in command.
No, yeah, he should be hearing all this shit first and foremost, absolutely. But it's a matter of like he hears it and then he goes to Templar with, "Hey, this is a thing." The thing that Tiger was going to push at more than anything, why he just was like, "Why not be a Bermuda agent?" Period, is because he does not like the idea of him only being there to look out only for Hinatori if they're going to be on mission. Like, why not look out for the entire team? Get the objective done. She's part of the team. She should be under that umbrella as well. So, that's where he was going to push it up. Like, if you're only there to protect her, then that feels excessive and unneeded. Tiger not understanding how romance and affections for people make them prioritize certain individuals.
Mhm.
La, la, la.
Conglomerate. hell of a dream.
Hello, dream. Sorry for pulling you in, Sam. I'll be right back. So hi, Goff. We're
Oh, hello,
peeing.
Cough.
I could tell. That's why I didn't say anything. I just wanted to say hi before I potentially dip into my Wednesday game. Just because I'm feeling a little better.
Yeah, you're feeling better.
I'm going back on my SSRIs to help me manage my feels.
My therapist is referring me to a psychologist or a psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist is right.
Psychiatrist, okay. And we looked into me potentially taking
So 2 seconds on that, Goff.
Okay,
Back to you, Professor.
it's okay.
So is that it? Then
Was there
is he able
anything
to-
else asked of me or said to me? Did y'all finish your
No.
conversation?
You were saying, you were talking about something. You're asking Templar about something.
Oh, I just wanted you to know, Templar, that we would still be. I feel like if we could bring him along on particular missions where another person's skill set is not advantageous, he would be very useful. He has a large amount of
treated
skills.
as any other assets we have available within our agency, provided we need his talents.
She nods. Yes, ma'am.
From my own perspective, I don't mind if he comes along, but he cannot just keep his eyes solely focused on you. He's going to be joining the missions or the team. For any capacity, he needs to be looking out for the team.
I don't think you need to worry about that.
Then he shrugs.
Akihiko's generally very level-headed. He's experienced enough in his own missions and own experience to not fall prey to such, I think, shortcomings.
I hear there is a simulation training drill. Perhaps we could do some drills. gauge my worth that way.
Okay. When you get here, we can do that.
Nods. Very well then. Suppose that is up for examination. As for the other things you aforementioned, we will see what Faith can get out of it. If nothing there, I will pass this along to Halo.
Yes, ma'am.
Very well.
Tiger.
She clicks out.
Mhm.
Faith also nods. I think I should head out as well. And then clicks out.
Yeah.
She just messages them goodbye, and she says, "The time I spent training, I think, gave me greater insight on like some of the interactions we've had, and I think at one point I saw us more as siblings, and it feels like we've drifted far from that place. I guess I'm sorry that I haven't been a positive part of your life. And I'm trying to do better."
He blinks at her. Okay.
Thank you for helping protect me all the time.
Of course. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. I'm sorry I failed protecting you emotionally as well.
She smiles a little bit and says, "I don't think anybody could have protected me from that."
He shrugs. Still is my job too, and I didn't meet that expectation.
I think part of growing as a person is going through those trials and then changing afterwards. It's how we grow as soldiers and as people.
You have faith in me in Templar now?
Hmm. I have faith that Templar will get the mission done. I sometimes question her morals, but knowing what I know now about her condition, maybe that's misplaced. I will try to learn to trust her in the long run.
He nods. And like frankly, once this conversation, when she switched this conversation subject on, like he kind of had a tension about him, like he was almost expecting either backlash or like a similar experience to before. But she can tell with her saying she'll try over yes or no to the answer. He's not satisfied, but he does nod. Okay. So long as you plan to come back following orders and ensuring that we are looking out for everyone on this team while accomplishing our goals, then it seems like you had a good vacation.
She nods and looks to Alexander and says, "I have a couple more things."
Alexander!
Not Alexander, sorry.
Akihiko.
Akihiko looks at Akihiko and says, "I have a few more things. Keep me in check this time, and I think I'm trying to become my own person now, and I think that gives me more space to be happy. Just spend time with the people I enjoy being around, instead of focusing on chasing an impossible ideal."
Okay. Well, regardless of whatever you're chasing or who you're trying to become, if you feel those feelings again, if you want to lash out, just do it at me. Don't take it out on anyone else.
I don't think I'll be there again. Assuming I don't make another deal with a demon.
I don't know what this new thing in you is, but I hope it does not turn out that same way. But it's good that you have someone else. He tries to he's trying to put together the one-on-one with the Akihiko present as well, like the looks and all that shit, like someone else there to keep you in check.
I assure you, I would not allow her to be so reckless as to make a pact with the demon. Again.
Not the immediate going silent. And you cut in and out, Sam.
I'm cutting
Not for me.
heads.
You were
Yeah,
fine for me,
did.
but Chim didn't hear you. I heard you just fine.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
I would not be so reckless as to allow her to make a pact with the demon. Again.
Okay.
I'm surprised no one stopped her before, says under his breath.
Well, it was supposed to be me who made that deal, but she said yes before we could stop her.
Of course. How very like you.
He squinted the man. What do you mean?
He was saying that to him this morning.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh?
She crosses her arms and she like crosses her arms for a second and then like looks at him and then like lifts the phone back up so Tiger can see.
Smirking.
I hate you. I can't say anything back.
Perhaps you should let your second in command free for the evening.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll be back soon. Within the probably in the middle of the night or early. Next day.
Okay. We'll communicate with whatever your flight is and go from there.
Right. I hope things are going okay over there. If for some reason something goes wrong, let me know. I can very much speed things up here.
We're on our 36-hour leave, so you should be fine.
Great.
See you at half a day then. Nice to meet you, fiance.
A pleasure as well, Commander Type.
Once again, his name is Akihiko. Akihiko, this is Tiger. Tiger, I don't know if you want to tell him your name, but I will allow you to do that in your own time. And she does like the little finger wave thing.
Okay. Like we'll do the head bow again. See you too soon.
She ends the call and she elbows him. Did you have to embarrass me in front of my commanding officer?
I think your commanding officer knows how plenty embarrassed you are.
But you didn't have to agree with him.
I had to make it clear that I had a handle on it. Sorry?
Okay. We could end it there then.
Shenanigans ensue.
She spends the next 8 hours revitalizing the land. And then flies back.
Yeah.
With that, is that side session?
Side session. We need side RP.
Side RP, side session, same diff.
No.
Man.
I'll be back. I'm gonna end the stream there. Otherwise, I can't let it get the last turn. What are we talking about? But no. We will pick up Hunter Killer, maybe with some training side sessions, maybe with some more side conversations, but otherwise, we will come back next Wednesday on Hunter Killer.